Here we're in the second bedroom. Like the other one, it's already pre-sprayed. And the bonnet's still damp, so it's working fine. Now those of you who have ever operated a Rub Doctor, maybe a Big Green or one of the other larger machines like you can rent, you probably noticed that they are a little bit hard to maneuver at times because of the size of vacuum motors and the capacity of the tanks you're dealing with. They're big, and this machine is real easy to maneuver. Step over here. And it's a lot less tiring to run it. If you're going to end up running a machine for several hours in one day, this machine isn't going to hurt your back. Whereas with those machines, at the end of the day, you're going to know you've been working. Another thing to keep in mind, these carpets are only slightly damp when we're doing this job. So the carpets are going to be dry within an hour after we leave. And that makes a big difference. When we were using the extractors before, you have carpets, we knew how to do it, so where they're dry in maybe 2 to 3 hours. But that's still a lot of time that people really can't walk on the carpet and use it. This method makes the carpet so it's usable right away, so that's a good thing. Also, compared to regular extractor machines, closets are simple with this machine. You can zip in there and get all the parts, and there's always parts that are really hard to get with the regular extractor, and you may not be able to get them. With this method, you can get everything.
Yeah, it's really great for closets.
Now this same bonnet that we're cleaning carpets with, you can actually use it to maintain your floors. So if you wanted to, you could actually just take that thing and ride right out into the hallway, onto the hard floor, and you could clean the hard floors too. So it's kind of nice because it's able to clean everything in your house. And if you're working on a rental property or something like that, you've got a machine that's versatile because you can use it for lots of different things. You ready to go to the next room?
Ready to go to the next room, yeah.
Okay, and it's just right here. So this will be the last room. So compared to using a Rub Doctor, Bissell Big Green, this thing's a lot faster. Now granted, this carpet hasn't had a lot of bad stains in it or anything to deal with, but even when we do have stains, we can go a lot quicker with this machine. So for somebody who's trying to do this for a little side business or maintaining some of their rental properties, time is money, and so this machine's going to get you done quicker and get you out. And when you look at the way the carpets are when they're done, they're pretty much dry. You're not going to come back the next day and find that some of the things wicked back or something because you had too much moisture left behind. Now the Rub Doctor is a great machine, but you have to learn how to use it. The problem with the Rub Doctor, like most any machine, is you go rent it at the supermarket or something, take it home, and unless you've used one a lot, you don't even know how to set the handles right. You don't know about using pre-sprays. You put the soap into the tank because that's what they tell you to do, and it just doesn't work as well.
Here's a really good point about the bumper. Every pass is a cleaning pass. When I go forward, I'm cleaning. When I go backwards, I'm cleaning. With a Rub Doctor, Bissell Green machine, any of those machines that are self-contained extractors, the first pass forward is not a cleaning pass. The first pass forward, you're actually maneuvering the machine to go backwards. On this, every pass is a cleaning pass. And that means if it takes 40 passes with a Rub Doctor, it takes 20 passes with this. That's a lot less work. In the long run, that'll save you a lot of being tired.
Yeah, this is not anywhere like the carpets we generally do. Most of the carpets we do are a lot dirtier than this. This one needed a lot of vacuuming because it had a ton of hair in it. It had a lot of other just dust and dirt and debris, but there's hardly any stains to deal with. So this is a pretty quick job, which is, lucky for us. But it's a good way to show too that this machine is a pretty fast method because you can pretty much do like the whole, first floor of your house in a half hour. And you don't have to deal with buckets of water, and you don't have to deal with all the other stuff that goes on with using an extractor. And we've got the same X3 we've been using for several years now, and we've cleaned hundreds of apartments with it, and it still actually works great, and it's going strong, and we like that machine. We wouldn't even consider getting rid of it. But we just, after using it for several years and doing so much work with it, we're happy to find a new method that's a little bit less stressful on your body. This thing's a lot easier to deal with, and the noise of a rug doctor, they're not the loudest machine in the world. They're still loud enough that at the end of the day, you know you've been in a loud environment. So this is definitely a lot quieter. I'm using normal conversational levels here. I'm not having to talk super loud, so that's kind of a nice thing. It's a quiet way to clean your house. Now, if you wanted to try one of these out, in some communities, the org stores rent these things so people can take them home and clean their carpet with it or clean their floors. If you're interested in trying one out, you might check your yellow page to see if there's an org dealer nearby, and you can at least go sample the machine. They're not the least expensive place to buy one, however, but at least you can get one and try it out.
Yep.
And I think if you took one home and played with it for a while, you'd find they're a great, great machine. So he's basically done. He's wiping the cords up. One little modification that we've made, which isn't a big deal, we've sealed the top here because what happens when you're working in some of these apartments, you get so sweaty, you've got sweat dripping down on this switch.
Or water from touching the bonnet.
Or water from getting your hands wet if you're doing a lot of wet bonnet cleaning. And so we just put some plastic over it and sealed it on the ends. And it's open so air can get in there and everything, so it won't ruin the switch. And the other thing we do is the cord, we don't hang it off the cord hooks on the machine because I think they're a little bit sharp. And also, if you wrap the cord the exact same way every time, it's going to start getting funny kinks and everything in it. Our rug doctor cord is all kinked up. So what we do is we just wrap it up a different way every time and stuff it into a bag and hang the bag off the hook. And that works pretty good. So he's getting done with that, and he's going to clean the machine a little bit. We're going to get the carpet rake. We're going to rake the carpets, and I'll show you what everything looks like when we get done.